welcome. So it's 12 minutes gone past 11 o'clock. A good number of you are probably in your offices, particularly those of you who have kiosks, supermarkets. You're an electrician. You just operate in a business place where a lot of people come and patronize. Some of you are shop owners, hairdressers, barbers, seamstress. Some of you are what else? Generator repairers. Yes. Now, in the past 10 days, ladies and gentlemen, I've had about 8 or 10 of you send me messages concerning this conversation. Now, my question is very simple. Very simple. How are you handling illegal levies right now in Port Harcourt? Now, they are legal levies. So take, for example, you have a business and, you've paid for your signage. You're meant to renew that, right? Or you're about to start your business. You want to put a signpost so everybody knows that this is where Oko's fish business is, right? You have to go to RISA, right? And pay for that. Register it, right? I think about 10,000 or so. So you meant to register, get all your due papers, and be clear. And then even at the local government councils, I know they're still open. I think you can actually, I think their perm secs are in charge now. You can still go there, to get your whatever clearances and whatnot. So it's not like work has shut down. But here is a very interesting thing. So like I said, within the past 10 days, I've had at least 8 or 10 of you. In fact, 2 of you, there were 2 messages I received yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was eyewitness. Yes. I got two messages that I saw after I had left the studio. And they were both complaining about illegal Taskforce. And this is where a lot of business owners are right now. And as we're having this conversation, I do hope, right? It is my sincerest hope right now that the sole administrator, I know he's a very busy man, right? But at least the secretary to the state government, as Professor Ibibia Lucky Warika, and anybody who's close to them, their aides, I do hope that they're actually joining us in this conversation so that they can impress upon the sole administrator and also impress upon, the people who they supervise to do the right thing. Now, I think everybody in Rivers State knows that upon his assumption of duty, right, sole administrator Ibas, had all structures, or rather, I had all political appointees dissolved. That's what happens in emergency rule. They were dissolved. And then about 2 weeks ago, right, some drama came through, right? The appointments to civil service, and then, he announced appointments to the state civil service and local government service commissions, right? Okay. Now, I have a list of some of those people who were appointed, but that's not the focus. The focus now is when these parts of governance, the executive arm now has been dissolved right now. It's rather suspended, not dissolved. Correct me, please. Suspended, right? That's why he's the sole administrator. Parts of the groups that were suspended were also tax forces, and so there are certain functions right now that seemingly are in limbo. For example, some people are complaining that in that area, they haven't seen a waste disposal truck come through in a few weeks, right? And we've made complaints, and I think they're about to address some of those complaints. Now, Miners Wedding, Lady Christabel, Ego, George, Didia, members are members, by the way, right? Now, I know that a sole administrator will not be able to do everything that the governor has been doing at the same time, because the governor didn't work like that. You have commission, you have people who are meant to, as well, help, see your desires and the work that the people have, for you done, right? It makes sense. Delegation, that's the word, delegation. But you see, this challenge of illegal tax force is one that Rivers people have been dealing with when there was a governor, whether it was under Amechi, whether it was Rufus Ada George, whether it was Fubara. There were always complaints about, quote unquote, this illegal tax force. Now we are in a state where it's a sole administrator. Everybody knows that, yes, there's no commissioner. Everybody knows there's no local government chairman, right? So where exactly are these task force members coming through and operating? Because they too, if I'm not mistaken, were also dissolved. Their committees were dissolved. So my question is very simple, people of God. Have they come to meet you? Because I've met some. And the one that I met, the shop where I was in, the owner of the store, that was obviously, to me, I would say it's corrupt practices. But, what do I know? He spoke, Ikwere, hey, the boys are my committee. All these men, they don't owe. It's everything they do. And they call it, they carry buckets, they go from one shop to the other. This was at Rumekini last week. How many of you Rumekini, I saw them? So it's not like I'm making this up. Anywho, so he said he spoke their language and they let him go. But he said, and that's why I'm asking this, he said, but they don't dissolve all these things. Who can be these people? So right now, business owners are in a state where they are wondering, who is in charge? Who are these people demanding levies for? On whose behalf? On the state government? We don't know. There hasn't been any clear comment from the sole administrator on this. So, how are you resisting them? How are you managing them? How are you discussing with them? Have they come to your store, to your shop? Please, do share with us so that all of us can be well informed.
And now, hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, please. All right. And then to call in, I would love to get to hear your views here. To call in, please use the numbers 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Once again, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. All right, so Mecca here says, Joe, good morning. Well, they have been coming, but I've been saying no. I've stood my ground. I own a boutique here in Port Harcourt, and I always tell them I have my documentation, and they always placed my receipt in front. Everything I have for this year is up to date. Their sanitation levies, so nobody can come to my store. They came last week, and I stood my ground. I believe people should know their rights and stand their ground, particularly now when we don't know who is who. Emeka in Port Harcourt. Emeka, thank you very much. Emeka says he stands his ground. He is up to date. Well, I don't know what document is. I don't have a store or shop. I don't know. But yes, I did ask. Yes, there are certain things that you need to buy. My brother, this illegal tax force is a big problem. There are some days they'll just come, sometimes two different groups will just come to your store and they will bring buckets, some will bring baskets. I see some bus, oh, that's true. Let me finish. I see some bus drivers these days and they have buckets in their car. And I ask them, they say it's for sanitation. It doesn't make sense to me, Jude. What exactly is a bus driver doing the bucket inside? How many of us throw our trash inside those buckets? And even if he does, where does he throw it? This country safe. Man, I have to agree with this last message. How many of you have noticed, right? There are some taxis and buses these days. They place a bucket, a bowl. Right, it looks like the bowl that we used to keep our food back in secondary school. Right, they place those bowls on the rear view mirror. Right, they let it hang. That is proof that you have paid for sanitation levy or something. I don't know what local government is doing that, but anyway, that's proof, right? And from what I know, it's these levies that the local government will use to pay for your rewama services and all those type of things, right? So I can't quite fault them, right? Yeah, can't quite fault them. I do. You agree with them? I don't know if you agree with that style, but the point is there has to be some form of IGR, and that is it. All right. Thank you very much. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003. This one is saying, I think I remember this one. Says, please, how do I stop them from doing this? In fact, this is going to be my response. Emeka says, stand your ground. So long as you know you don't owe anybody anything legally, you have your receipts, stand your ground. Whatever levies that are being pushed out right now, we haven't seen a report. Once again, please, SSG, do facilitate us with any information concerning this. A lot of business owners in Port Harcourt have been complaining the past 10 days about quote-unquote illegal tax force people coming to their shops, demanding levies from them, sanitation levies and all those type of things, and they don't know who they are because they know that committees have been dissolved. So who are these ones collecting the money for? And who is in charge? You don't know who is in charge. Well, we'll be back after this break. Stay tuned. particularly right now when a lot of people are basically saying we're in limbo. We don't know. They've dissolved the commissioners that we know. Yes, there's a controversial appointment by the sole administrator. We're not quite sure. We're still trying to get word. We know there shouldn't be any vacuum in governance, but who exactly is handling things, we don't quite know. We want the sole administrator to put his foot down, let him tell us what groups have been granted permission to do A, B, C, or D. People coming around shops, demanding levies, saying sanitation. I don't know why sanitation levy is the biggest one they always worry about. But anyway, that's where we are this morning. And if you're a business owner, please, I enjoy you to please call in and share with us your experience, particularly within the past 2 weeks. 08179230002. 08179230003. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. How have you been handling these illegal tax forces? Have they come to your shop? Emeka says he puts his foot down because he knows he's not owing anything. Good for you, Emeka. Right? Good for you. All right. Okay. All right. Now, Facebook at Nigeriainfo PH. Zabi Kale says the worst scenario you should not encounter is these illegal levies and the harassment. Something needs to be done. Once again, like somebody says, it is the biggest problem in River State, the presence of tax forces, illegal tax forces. Everybody seemingly these days is from one area and one local government. It's inimical to the development of, business in the state. We've had governments in the past, try to clamp down on said activities. There's been some success stories, it has to be said, but there's also been setbacks as well. 923, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please.
My name is Hope, and I'm calling from Joe.
Welcome, Hope.
I am a business owner.
Okay.
Those illegal task force, they are still moving around.
So how are you managing them? How are you handling it? That's what I want to find out. How?
Like me, I know them, and I'm a stakeholder. So when they come, I ask them who send you, who they work for. So when I ask those questions, they will move. I think find their way before you get arrested.
So you tell them that they can be arrested.
Yes, I told them now. And even I asked them, on a the children, you are working to the end. Government has ended. You are all to the end. The same people, the same faith, the same criminals, doing the same work every year. You are working to the end. Government comes, government goes. You are there doing the same work. Carry your private vehicle, moving around, collecting women from their shops. Even though there was one some people they use this KK box. If they see any projection, those maybe any shooter, the police, other things, they will use their app and destroy it, or you give them money, just like that. Tomorrow.
Okay, so now before at least people knew who they could report to. You say you are a stakeholder. I don't know how you are a stakeholder, but you say you are able to stand your ground. Now, for anybody who's listening, you're a business owner. How do you want them to manage when they see somebody who they know? This one no be from local government, but in the claim. How do they manage it?
This society here, people don't mind their business. That is just the issue here. Even when they see you fighting with them, they will just stand and be watching. I don't know. I think the best thing is just to arrange and get them arrested. That is the best thing.
Okay, arrange to get them arrested.
The people selling in the street, they should come out. When you see them, don't say it's not my own, it's not my shop that they came. Come out and fight with them. They will not come here again.
We don't promote violence, but is there another way? Must you fight people?
Then you get them arrested.
Get them arrested. Okay, so basically they should report or at least call the attention of the police if they see any such person. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Zion's on the line from GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
This is a serious matter you brought to the fore.
10 complaints alone, right? In the past 10 days, it means something is happening in Port Harcourt.
And it's unfortunate that under this whole administration, they are just let loose. Nobody controls them. And then some of them even come with the police. So I'm telling you. And you look at this whole scenario, this is a business environment. To me, I blame the paramount ruler, the CDC and the youth leader. They collude with these people to commit this crime against the state and against Nigerians and Rivers people. Because if this kind of crime is I call it a crime because you don't know who they give this money to. Which means it's double taxation, also tax leakage. These are the tax leakage. And you, the paramount ruler, you cannot protect the tax from the federal government, and federal government or state government is giving you money to service your palace. You are going to the government to seek for CDC money and youth money, and these are criminals roaming your street, disturbing the source that which government is having money to take care of you. You are keeping quiet. Come to Garrison Junction in the evening. There are particular guys that goes around to collect money at the arm of these traders at that Garrison Junction.
It's not community money. I thought they call it community money, you know.
Community. How does community have the right to collect tax from traders?
It says community.
Please, somebody should show me a law. Where is the law in Nigeria or in River State? A community has the right to collect tax from the citizens of that state or the citizens of Nigeria. Please, lawyers in the house, help me out.
They should help.
Lawyers.
They should help all of us out. In fact, you know what? I will have to speak to a lawyer about this and maybe have him or her come on air to explain this for all of us.
Like what the previous caller said, we have to cluster in unions to protect our interests. This is the kind of country you have found ourselves. The government cannot protect you. The only way you can be protected is clusters and unions or cooperatives. We have one of those in Old. I don't know if they still exist now. You know, those guys that normally ring bell in the morning time. Their unions will come, we pay their bills. They have their sticker, be their poster in their shop. The moment the tax collectors they come in, they will see that this is a union member, then leave them. Form these unions. Go to the tax officers, pay your tax accordingly. And funny enough, these tax officers are very good, though. They have ways they weave out this thing, oh. God, we are unions. We cannot pay 200,000 for now. What we can offer now is 50,000. But before the year we end, we will complete our money. They will accept it. You go and you start to pay your tax little by little. You are already covered. Our people are the problem in this country. People don't want to take responsibility. Their patriotism to this country is very poor. That is why an average Nigerian will sell a plot of land. The next thing he's thinking about to get a visa to leave the country. Instead of you to sell a plot of land and build a business here, is to travel out. Now your money is supposed to use, the union is supposed to join to form this cluster union to protect businesses. You are taking it to America, you are taking it to Malaysia, and you come from there. The country know they better. Okay. Most of us, if you check us very well, these people who are committing this crime, our brothers, our boyfriends, and our girlfriends, can we also call the police? My boyfriend, they follow police and they go collect money. You know the tax officer. I don't know who him be. Come and arrest him. Can we do that?
Benga from GRA. Benga, good morning to you.
Good afternoon, brother.
Yeah, good morning, please.
I look like our
IBAS.
Governor.
Yeah, our solar administrator.
Yeah. Martin. why the people would claim over how months, more than a month, went to the complaint of the legal task. You know nothing about it. I don't understand. You cannot give a good example. If only one or 2 months people pay for that office, you cannot they remember how to go. You listen to Matthew. Just thank them. Only one word. Everything is settled.
Everything is settled.
They work with police. You won't fight the police. You won't fight the gun. I don't know how they are getting this kind of flavor in Port Harcourt. I remember during in this school, that I listen. Oh, don't understand. They go get it. Enough is enough. But this one, I don't know what you want to remember him for. When he leaves your people. And they're not for they happen. Make you listen to radio, listen to Matthew, do something better. So I went away and come up for that office, they go remember for good. All the legal counsel, then 3 by 3, police, you cannot fight them. Police can't go. I would have visited them. I think the commissioner of police know about it. Each for their own commission. If not, why your boy could follow like that boy? Come on, go and 3 by 3. You could know about it. Making an commissioner of police, they give them those police to guide them. If they collect your own return. Yes, if you say no, I the boys, they follow legal task. They rob for doing that robbing.
Benga, thank you very much. Benga is very vexed. You can hear it in his voice. Very vexed this morning, and he has a right to be. People are working hard, to stay within the ambience of the law. They're trying not to do things illegally. They're trying to be respectful. They're trying to, as it were, provide something worthwhile for they and their families. And then, somebody comes and harasses them, in their place of business, and it's compounded. The problem is further compounded because now a lot of people don't know who exactly, is responsible. To whom do they go to make a formal complaint apart from going to the police? Jude, good morning. This is on WhatsApp, by the way. Our WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. The reason why these people still go around is that there are people who conclude that there's been that's okay. There are people who have concluded that that's where they are to feed from. The people need to go on the street to protest, and the government must make a clear statement. Dominic from Andoni. I think Dominic may have a point there. There's some people who probably have seen that this Taskforce business is where their livelihood is hinged on. After this type of business, I no get anything where I be, so I will go around and be harassing people and collecting money. Once again, it would be good. I say this not for popularity's sake, but I think for the concerned Rivers people, the millions of Rivers people who have businesses operating within the territorial borders of Port Harcourt and its immediate environs, that the sole administrator, is taking seriously their complaints. I like to believe that, maybe 1 or 2 persons have made a comment to him, talking about Vice Admiral Ibokete Bass, the sole administrator of River State at the moment, and something needs to be done because, yes, this is a state of emergency. You don't have commissioners, you don't have local government, you have administrators now, controversially, that I think that's another issue that still needs to be resolved. But the people need to, like somebody said, they need to hear something definitive. So that when these quote-unquote Taskforce people come around, they know what to say to them. They know how to handle them. Okay, all right. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. All right, is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo PH. We're back after the headline news.
Headline News, Nigeriainfo on
92.3.
Headline News.
Headline News, 90.3 Nigeriainfo. Now, Rivers Administrator Ibas cautions against continuous protest. FCT Minister Wike, others react to defection of Delta State Governor to the APC. President Tinubu calls for rejig of security architecture. In business, custom list rice as most seized item. In entertainment, singer Femi Kuti refutes claims of Tony Allen co-founding Afrobeat. In sports, Super Falcons goalkeeper Nadoze nominated for best goalkeeper in French League. And on the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Zelensky cancels part of South Africa trip after deadly Russian attack on Kyiv. Well, details of these stories and more will come up your way during the 12 p.m. bulletin. To reach the news team, please send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0808 721 7215. 0808 721 7215. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening and good morning. I will still do another draw for the warm play game this morning just before I step out and usher in the sunny side of conversation this morning. So keep listening. Get on to oneplay.ng, all right, and get your ticket. 500 guarantees you a ticket into the draw every day. So the more tickets you can spare or you can buy, the better your chances of winning. All right, so Tochukwu was our first winner today. I wonder who our second winner will be. 25,000 naira, so in total 50,000 naira on Hello Port Harcourt this week, every day. So we'll change it, you probably get to 75, maybe get 100, like it is on Wazobia. But hey, it all depends on you. So get your hands on it. We'd love to share. We'd love to give people good news, make people feel something different for a change. And the One Play game is here to do that. If you do not have a smart device, you can try the USSD code *347 *880 *6 hash *3447 *880 *6 hash. Follow the prompt. All right. That's all. Follow the prompt. Get on Hello Port Harcourt. Boom. We're good. Hello Port Harcourt it is. And Nigeriainfo. So let me refresh my page and get ready to do this draw. very quickly this morning. All right, yesterday I think the winner from yesterday, I think he said he got ticket around 10 o'clock. Right, and the tickets are still coming through. I don't know. Is it going to be you? If it's going to be somebody else, I don't know. But I'm here to just make sure you stay winning on the program. So let's wrap our conversation up this morning. We're talking about illegal tax force. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. And then online at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. All right, this one here said, Drew, good morning. This issue is the longest running issue in Port Harcourt. It's one of the reasons I hate to go out in this town. Almost every time you go out, you probably find somebody who is being harassed by one task force or the other. Some of them are legit, yes, but a good number of them are not. And it's because the government has always supported these individuals. When will it stop? Well, I don't think the government always supports them. I remember, was it the former, the erstwhile Equerry LJ boss, right? He had frowned against it. He had on several occasions. I remember, I think on 2 or 3 occasions, that had to visit places where, this illegal tax force were operating, shut down those sites and things like that. And he had mandated that, look, report anybody. And like one of the callers said, look, people need to start to congregate together. So if they come to one shop and you don't think these people are genuine, right? Some of them carry fake IDs, according to what I heard, right? Then all of you say, you know what? Well, let's go to the police. Let's go to the police. Let's not just fold our hands and say, oh yeah, he's just that person. That's what people should do. All right, Tina here says, Drew, good morning. What that caller said is true. They are still going around, but they know the places to go. If you open your eye well for them, they will let you go. But sometimes some people just give them small money. I'm saying the way I hear it on the street, because she just says small money. Just give them small money. And I think that's what makes this continue. The fact that people are still giving them small money, I give her. They say this in at 10,000, I give her 3K. Give her 2K, make him just go. They are wala too much. If you continue to do this, they will continue coming around. Imagine if they collect 2,000 naira from 100 people in a day. That's way more money that you probably have made from your sales. Think about this, people. Think about it. Just before I leave, once again, please, a very heartfelt cry to the sole administrator of River State. The people, the citizens, are looking for a definitive word concerning this particular issue. My name is Jude. Good morning.
Nigeriainfo. Nigeriainfo. Information